Hello and welcome once again. My name is Wangari Wamae and this is the Executive Table. And the discussions continue. Now, I'll tell you a story about something that happened to somebody during COVID. I'm sure you remember how tough the COVID period was. Many business, we were in lockdown 100% at some point. Not many businesses were open. We were all locked at home. We could not even travel to our upcountry homes or anywhere. There were no flights. There was nothing. It's like the world had come to a standstill. But there's one thing that went on. Our obligations to our lenders, to the banks, if we are in a business, we have borrowed money. It continued. Now, a certain gentleman, just before COVID, had just invested in a taxi business. And now, there's no business. How do I pay my loan? He's asking himself. So, and this is what distinguishes very successful people and people who just complain about the environment and do nothing about it, and you will see the difference. So what did this gentleman do? He says, okay, now taxi parked in my compound. Kids have to eat, and we have to pay the bank loan. So what do? There's no money coming from the traditional business, and I've just invested in it. So what this gentleman did was he has, fortunately, a compound in where he lives, and he had an extra room that he was not using. So he started baking cakes, cookies, and things like that. And then what he'll do, he'll use the vehicle, which was meant to carry passengers, to distribute these cakes and cookies in the neighborhood. And guess what? Because of COVID, everybody is at home and they are eating and drinking. He sold so many and continued paying his loan that actually he prepaid his loan before the maturity date. And that business thrived. Now, what made this guy successful? The first thing is that he did not care that you thought that baking cookies was a less business than carrying people in a taxi, which is more prestigious. He said, I will do what I need to do for my own survival and that of my family. That was number one. And number two, he was brave enough to confront the issue at hand and the environment and say, well, COVID has come, so do I just start complaining and continue complaining every day until cows come home to roost? Or do I do something and try something new, which is nothing like what I used to do before? I mean, I used to drive a taxi. This is complete. I've never baked these things. How do I even do it? But he learned how to do it. And fortunately, it worked for him. And his family was very happy. And he was able to actually settle his obligations to the lenders. By the time COVID was over, he actually never went back to the taxi business because he made more money making cookies and mandazi and cakes than he could ever have made with the taxi business. Thanks for watching. My name is Wangari Wamae, and this is the Executive Table. The conversations continue.